This project is dedicated to Sunil Karwar Kaka, the person. Hatkarwadi is a village in Shirur Kasa Taluka in Beed district of Maharashtra state. It belongs to the Marathwada region in Aurangabad, approximately 325 kilometers away from the state capital of Mumbai. Hatkarwadi is a speck on the map of Beed, where more than a million people have been hit by drought. Deforestation has reduced the forest cover to a bare 2% of the total area of the district, and only 16% of the farms are irrigated.
तर आमच्याकडे काय आहे, विहिरीला आता पाणी
Hmm.
साधारणपणे हे पाणी किती दिवस राहणार, जोपर्यंत पाऊस आहे. आता एक साधारणपणे पाऊस बंद होऊन किती दिवस झाले, 1 महिना झाला. त्याच्यानंतर हे पाणी पण सगळं कमी होणार.
Most of the problems are in some or the other way connected to water and its availability. Drought, unemployment, little or no irrigation, villagers abandoning homes and living as water refugees are just few of the many challenges that Hatkarwadi is facing today. The issues start and end at water. It is a result of mismanagement of water and natural resources, which is even more accelerated by the uncertainties caused by climate change.
सुद्धा आहे नैसर्गिकरित्या खेडेगावात राहतो त्याच्यामुळे आता त्रास तर सहन करावाच लागेल. बरं जर त्रास नाही सहन करावा तर डेव्हलप कुठून करायचं, जायचं कुठं? मोलमजुरीसाठी मला तुम्ही सांगा, हे डोंगराच्या आतमध्ये जे काय पिकल त्या आतमध्ये पिकतं, त्यात या प्राण्याच्या शेतीवर अवलंबून राहून चालत नाही. का ते वन्य प्राण्याचा खूप त्रास आहे
बरोबर.
पिकाच्या नुकसानीसाठी. मग नुकसान होत असेल तर इथं राहुल काय करायचं? हेच बघा, हे आजोबा आहे, त्यांना 2 मुलं आहेत, पण आता हेच मोलमजुरीसाठी बाहेर गेले. तर त्यांना समजा आजारी पडले, हे ते झाले, त्यांच्याकडे तात्काळ फोन येऊ शकतो. इथून 9 किलोमीटर हॉस्पिटल.
जे पण हॉस्पिटल म्हणजे असं नाही आहे की सगळेच प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करू शकतो. इमर्जन्सी जे पण असेल ते इथनं आम्हाला 40-45 किलोमीटर लांब आहे. सगळ्यात मोठा प्रॉब्लेम म्हणजे तेवढाच. कमीत कमी आसपास 12 गाव आहेत. 12 गावामध्ये हॉस्पिटलची मोठी जागा आहे, सगळं मोठं आहे, पण तिथं काय म्हणजे असं सुविधा वगैरे काहीच नाही.
The nearest schools are at least 5 kilometers away from the current Hatkarwadi settlements. The healthcare centers are more than 6 kilometers away. It has no community spaces, the temples, some of which are now closed.
प्रत्येक डोंगरामध्ये
जे वर
10
पाणी
फूट,
आपलं
5 फूट
वरचं पाणी कडेपर्यंत अडवायचं कसं?
त्या पद्धतीने
त्यांनी
ब्लॉक
चार खांदून त्या पाण्याचं जे
म्हणजे ब्लॉक असतात ना आपले 3 फूट 2 फूट
आणि पाऊस आला की पडणारं पाणी.
जाईल इथपर्यंत माणसाची ताकद आहे. ते प्रत्येक साहित्य आपल्या त्या हिशोबाने क्षमता हिशोबाने ते चालत होते.
The current topography does not allow the water streams to flow through Hatkarwadi village. Earlier water conservation projects have shown a positive response in the villages around Hatkarwadi. This crisis calls for a multifaceted architecture, something which can exhibit many functions and solve multiple problems that are present in the context. The idea here is that the ultimate architectural solution isn't bounded by a single architectural typology. There can be numerous typologies and categories that can come together to form architecture which is unique. This design can thus strive to conserve water while providing spaces for education and healthcare activities. The primary aim of this project is to rejuvenate the village by curbing the ongoing migration and lack of water with that architecture which can not only conserve water but also provide potential opportunities for healthcare and education infrastructure, and at the same time trigger employment which can be generated through farming and workshop spaces. Given below are some objectives to achieve the aim. The scope lies in studying the settlement in Hatkarwadi, analyzing its demographics and present situation with regards to water, education and healthcare, and to try and arrive at architecture that can tackle the issues that come up. Some of the primary challenges in Hatkarwadi and their potential solutions in terms of built environment are given on the diagram on the right. Design program focuses on essentially solving the above challenges which Hatkarwadi presents. The inherent intent of the design program is to create architecture and built environment which can have positive social, economic and environmental impacts on its surroundings. The design thesis aims at mitigating the migration of people and at the same time caters to the existing user group majorly consisting of women, elders and children with education and healthcare infrastructure. The user groups can be divided into two types, the migrant population and the permanent residents. The migrant populations are the male population who travel to other areas to work in sugarcane factories and sugarcane fields for a minimum income. The permanent residents includes women, elders and children who are in permanent residence of Hatkarwadi. They stay back either to work in farm fields or to receive education until the 4th grade. The built environment endeavors to create an environment which reflects the community and interaction and engagement. The thesis features another important element of water conservation and everyday community activities which involves majority of the women of the village. Hence the relationship between the user and the built environment becomes very crucial. The case studies are categorized on the basis of key challenges which Hatkarwadi faces. These are availability of water, educational and healthcare facilities, and community engagement. It is kept in mind that the context and scale of these projects are in coherence with the site in Hatkarwadi. The first case study which relates to groundwater and aquifer recharge is a kanat. Kanats are artificial underground water channels which bring up a continuous stream of water to the earth's surface for human and agricultural use. The water emanating from kanats is not lifted by the surface but flows down to the channel away from the point of seepage. In modern days, a rainwater infiltration system can be applied with the kanat system for making maximum infiltration in times of intensive rain in desert and protect the kanats from collapsing. Rainwater management by infiltration in the whole watershed can be combined with the kanat system to develop a multi-purpose water management model. Also in this case, kanat's water can be filtered from sediments and pollution. The design thesis calls for a multifunctional architecture wherein activities like water conservation and community interaction can take place in coherence. Stepwells is one such example. A structure intended to store water which also acts as a gathering space and exhibits less internal temperatures while providing an inclusive space in the form of pavilions. The Spritivan Earthquake Memorial is another project which strives to bring in water on a barren mountain in Bhuj through the use of natural terrain and check dams. With the climatic conditions similar to that of Hatkarwadi, Smritivan forms a strong point for a case study. Here, the main point is that the reservoirs are made of gabions which are entirely without mortar. Thus, they allow the arresting of rainwater of the watershed and also allow it to dissipate into ground slowly. Here you see the location of Hatkarwadi in relation to Maharashtra and India. Site analysis. Looking at Beed district as a whole, we see maps related to water conservation in the area. The annual rainfall is 674 mm, with the climate being hot and dry. Hatkarwadi consists of three prominent settlements out of which settlement 1 and 2 are comparatively larger in scale and density. These settlements are studied on the basis of a site scoring chart and the settlement 2 has been selected for the factors which are based on the population, site proximity to the population and soil conditions. The plan shows the existing Hatkarwadi village, road network and the contour interval. Location on site. The neighborhood has minimal trees which provide little or no shade to the adjacent houses. It is crucial to decide upon the type of trees which will be included in the design which align themselves to the climatic factors to grow quickly and provide optimum shade. With consultation with Smita Gupta ma'am, a leading landscape architect, it was concluded that the local vegetation such as neem tree and fig trees can be grown on the site and the design. The Mahoney tables are a time-tested way of arriving at an architectural solution based on climatic data and analysis. The data which is fed into the table is assigned coefficients and indicators which then dictate the spatial character which is needed. After calculation, the tables indicate that the aspects of courtyard planning with staggered placement of functions and thick walls can provide an optimal thermal environment. Design approach, site topography. It becomes important to understand the existing perennial and intermittent water streams to strategically place the broad zoning functions on the site. The current topography does not allow the water streams to flow through the Hatkarwadi village. Hence, provisions can be employed wherein the design can draw water from nearby sources, use it, and then further redistribute it to the adjacent farmlands and underground aquifers. The macro planning strategies were concluded after discussions with architects Smita Gupta ma'am and Nikhil Joshi sir, the chief advisor of Pani Foundation in Marathwada region. The existing perennial stream does not last for the whole year. Therefore, it becomes the priority for the neighborhood level scheme to plant local vegetation around the stream. This vegetation patch not only prevents water from the stream to evaporate but also creates an infiltration bed for the incoming rainwater. A system of continuous contours trenches and check dams can help to attach the surface runoff water over the site contours. Thus, contour trenches accumulate the surface runoff from the contour areas and then feed it to the check dams which are placed in the valleys of the site. A system of modern day canals is used to supply the water from the catchment to the catchment area at the edge of the site. This system completely eliminates the risk of water evaporation and also increases the groundwater aquifer. Topics considered while mapping out the zoning options were ways of conserving water, visual character and connectivity, correlation with the existing settlements, and correlation with adjacent functions. The optimum working solution for zoning options was selected to be further detailed upon. A schematic zoning section highlights the primary water catchment areas and functional placement. The farmlands and cattle grazing areas can be located on the lower contours as per the topography and current situation. Most of the functions are situated near the existing water sources from where the water can be drawn using systems like canals. All three options provide for a closer proximity which causes a water conservation structure at its center, a trait of a close-knit community which can be currently seen in Hatkarwadi. The concept for attaining the built environment focuses on essentially combining the three vital aspects of humans, water conservation, structure, and functions together. The intention was to create sketches which shows various levels which segregate functions, creating platforms for interaction. These functions can be arranged on the basis of hierarchy and accessibility, with water conservation at its core. These sketches were later translated into proportionate models to understand the spatial quality, volume, and the configuration of the design. We can therefore derive various spaces by observing the models. These sketches demonstrate the spatial quality and the volumetric hierarchy and the circulation paths to those spaces. There is an intent to create spaces which speaks about balance, levels, and the element of water. The diagram shows the evolution of one unit function derived from earlier sketches. A unit space is partially submerged to allow for accessible steps on top of it. These are then multiplied to form different levels in between. This forms also brings in a sense of sacredness. The unit configuration is then placed on a site section to identify the lowest points as check dams. This is applicated in plan to determine the water body area and then staggered to maximize the water conservation area. This also follows the Mahoney table rules of staggered planning with courtyard. The final alteration from the concept stage is integrated with the functions to be placed on the site at the optimum location, which is derived from the zoning exercise. The site section shows the different water conservation techniques used to efficiently conserve water on site. Zone plan. The functions are divided between two levels based on accessibility and hierarchy. The upper level consists of cultural activities such as temples, community kitchen, village offices, and learning centers. The lower level, which is submerged at 4.9 meters below ground, has secondary school and workshop areas, with the water conservation structure in the center. Coming to the upper level plan, on the southern side, adjacent to the ramp, we have the village panchayat offices and the school reception. On the other side, a string of pavilions then lead us into the healthcare center, which has two consultation rooms and a receptionist area. Next to it is a public toilet along with the pharmacy. The spatial configuration in terms of height and width does not change. However, the use of space does. This provides a sense of stability. The pavilions, on the other hand, also allow for a seamless transition from outside to inside of the design. Pavilions are set at a human scale. On the northern side, we have the Krishi Vigyan Kendra or the Learning Center, the temple complex, and the community kitchen. The Learning Center has a reception office integrated on its southern side. The temple complex holds the motherware of the Kanath and its sanctum, bringing in a sense of importance of water. The community kitchen is planned in courtyard arrangement and also acts partly as a general store. It is provided with a dishwashing area and a single-use toilet. There was an intent to introduce hierarchy, and especially in the temple complex, bringing in the aspects of mandapas. The sectional views on the right further demonstrate the same. The section through the temple complex portrays the numerous levels created which segregate a single large space and also provide spaces for public seating. You can see the mother well between the two community temples, which also acts and portrays as a deity itself. A community well view adjacent to the temple shows the activities within the space. The lower level hosts the secondary school staff room, a library, classrooms, and a computer lab adjacent to each other. Another public toilet is located on the lower level. The workshop spaces are on the other side of the water body. All these functions are partly submerged into the ground, therefore they exhibit less internal temperatures. The views on the right shows us a sectional view of the workshop and the borewell area and a view of the classroom and the water body. A section B shows us the workshop space on the lower area with its relation to the water body. A workshop space can be divided by movable partitions and levels segregating the workstations. A view from the community well to the workshops also tells us about the hierarchy of spaces and the levels created by the design. The detail at A shows the check dam gate made of gabion wall to attest the flow of water. The column from the pavilion bridge is first provided with a waterproofing membrane which runs throughout the base of the lower level plinth. The detail at B shows a section through the tree seating area. Section CC- shows a section through the Krishi Vigyan Kendra, the workshop spaces, the pavilion bridge, and the classroom. Here we see almost all the elements of our design in one single section. We'll further show the details of this section in the next slide. The detail at A shows a section through the water filling areas wherein a borewell is integrated with a gabion wall structure. The intention is that the water used from the borewell does not get accumulated or wasted. Rather, it flows directly down to the back into the earth through the gabions. The retaining wall in the detail B on the right runs throughout the step boundary on the lower level as embankment. Here, a wall system detail can be seen where the niches in the wall act as a storage space. This trait is currently evident in the architecture of Hatkarwadi. The accessible stepped walls are relatively thick as suggested by the mahogany tables and they keep the indoors cool. The roof is made up of RCC sawtooth slab which is supported by the columns and the retaining walls. This enhances the aesthetic element and also reduces the number of beams used at the same time. On the right side, you can see the section through the access bridge, which shows a common RCC column and slab section. Section DD- is cut through the side temple, the community kitchen, doctor changing room, pharmacy, and the workshop space. Here are some other details showing the structural elements through the workshop space and the skylight detail. The skylight allows for optimal light to enter the space and increases the cross ventilation. Site services. It was made sure that the layouting of the site services does not allow negative intersections and acute angles. The water catchment area on the northern side of the site can be used to provide solar farms which can in turn direct power for the Hadkarwadi village and the design structure. Solar farm calculations.